What's going on, everybody? Senor Solis in the house. Class is now in session. Welcome to the Purple Pill Pod Emergent Value Series. Uh, Today we got a really interesting show. I'm gonna get straight into it, guys, because we got a lot of really fun stuff to talk about. Make sure y'all like the video on the way, and though for me, please open another stream browser and type in Purple Pod Live to go subscribe to our other channel, please. But yeah, guys, today's gonna be a really fun one. Honestly, I've uh I've been preparing for this one for a while. I've been reading a lot of books, trying to study up on Evo Psych, so I would have all my knowledge down on it before I would do a video like this. Uh, but yeah, this one's gonna be a good one. Um, Honestly, it's getting really ridiculous. There's a lot of false idols in the space. There's a lot of blind leading the blind. It's honestly getting like really annoying to watch. To see it all day long on Twitter, how many people are just listening to people that have absolutely no experience in life, or they're just living ways that aren't healthy and not good influence on other people considering they're influencers. If there's any problem with the audio too, please let me know, guys, so because I'm producing by myself today. But yeah, I'm gonna reveal the secret sauce today. Honestly, I'm going to really show y'all where they get a lot of their information from, like some of the biggest red pill people, like the source of a lot of the things that they say, um, a source of a lot of their bullshit. Honestly, too. Um, the only person who's telling the full truth is me. Uh, I'll tell you why. I have no incentive to lie to you. These guys that rely on the internet dollar have a reason to talk to you in a certain way and to tell you certain things. They want you to actually think a certain way because if you do, you're going to become a better customer for life. They're not stupid. These people are pretty smart, and they know that they need that dollar. So they're going to kind of do whatever it takes to make sure they keep making that dollar. Alpha God is a book by Hector Garcia. I would say Rollo specifically probably has got a lot of information from this book. It's a really good one. I can't help but notice this really weird similarity though between the book and what Hector talks about in this book is about how the people have always throughout history used religion to control sex, to control access to sex, to control women. Um, Religion has primarily across all cultures too, not just in just Europe or anything like that. No, we're talking even in Mesopotamia, like Americas, South America, like all these different tribes, all were having different things where we would sometimes even act borderline like monkeys, ripping dicks off, like because that's what monkeys even do is they will go and rip off the genitalia of another monkey to keep them from being able to reproduce. This is the type of stuff that even humans have done in our past, but with religious conviction behind it. Um, and what's really crazy is when you read this book, guys, you'll start realizing that a lot of the information that you see coming from Dr. Hector Garcia about the religion and stuff, it correlates very closely to some of the people in the red pill community because they used religion before in the past to be able to basically cuck men or make it to where men wouldn't be able to have kids or control sexual access away from certain men, but high powerful men would be able to have access to more women, changing laws and everything like that. We know about that with Christianity throughout a lot of the history. So when you see that the red pill people are technically doing the same thing, guys, they're telling guys to get vasectomies, something that's going to sterilize some of them because it's not always going to be reversible. Thankfully, there's a few of them that are saying you should probably go get your stuff frozen first. But for the most part, a lot of them are just saying vasectomy, okay? So they're trying to make a small portion of the population not have kids anymore, okay? They're giving them bad advice so they won't be able to have kids anymore. There is no difference between what the red pill community is doing right now, especially like Rollo Tomasi and his group, and then what the people in the history were doing with religion to sterilize and keep the lower class men from being able to have more children. There's no difference at all. And I'm about to reveal to y'all of some other things where he gets some of his information from that proves even more that he's doing this intentionally. Just wait. Shout out to 46789. Do you think that you will become a pastor or preacher in the future? You're an incredible public speaker. I actually don't think I'm a very good public speaker. If I get really good at public speaking, I don't know if I'd ever be a pastor. But I would definitely like to become a better public speaker. My father was in politics and it made me want to go into politics for sure. Um, what's up, Embark? What is going on, bro? Everybody go check out that new podcast when it starts soon. 1 ton, 1 ton. Audio sounds good. Thank you, bro. Being cheeks. Oh, damn, sir. You're stealing my ideas and calling these guys out and feeding off regular guys to get money. Hey, man. I'm sorry, cheeks. I'm sorry. But, guys, I really can't express to y'all that you need to go read Alpha God by Hector Garcia, Dr. Hector Garcia. When you read this book, you're going to see there's a huge correlation between what he talks about and what religion did to keep men from sexual access and what the red pill is doing right now and how closely they correlate to each other. And I know Rollo loves this book, so he would know this. He loves this book. Also, uh, guys, they're big pharma shills like crazy. Like huge big pharma shills. All of them are the type where they're gonna try to get you to put a needle in your ass like immediately to like fix certain problems with your testosterone and stuff. They're the type where they will probably still always rely on the system for the rest of their life when it comes to medical use. When anybody with intelligence understands it's about what you eat, growing your own food, these guys don't even know how to do anything like that, guys. I've been growing food for almost 15 years now. Okay? I can literally make my own soil, amend it. I literally was shooting deer whenever I was 11 years old. I was going hunting. These guys are the type of guys that have no idea how to truly survive if these moments really came. They really rely completely on the system and completely even on the pharmaceutical world. Imagine if the world went to shit tomorrow and anybody that's on testosterone or anybody that uses the medical world in any way, shape, or form, how screwed they would be because they need that medication, whatever they use. Guys, you should never rely on the system in any way, shape, or form. If you can do something naturally, you should always do it naturally. That is the only way you are not a slave to a system. At any point, anything bad could happen and you won't be a slave because you're not relying on the same things that they are relying on. Even Pearl lately, guys, has been grasping at straws, saying the most hyperbolic shit, saying women shouldn't vote. This is all just for clicks. They need clicks so bad right now to get as much money as they can. They are slaves to the system, guys. They talk about the Matrix all the time when they are literally just a subcategory of the Matrix. And they need their money. They need it. Guys, I've been running this show for a year and I've never needed a dollar from it. I don't ask any money from y'all, guys. You don't have to click nothing. You don't have to do nothing. Just share it. If you like what you see, just share it. If you think I'm speaking the truth, just share it. This what these people do, they need that dollar. And some of their channels run for pretty cheap amount of money probably compared to how much I pay for mine every month. You got to understand that Pearl is pandering to virgin guys when she knows damn well that like no woman in this time of day would want to be with those virgin dudes. Like she says women should be virgins and like the problem is that men need to be better men. It's never that like we could tell the women to keep their legs closed, but what is the point of the women keeping their legs closed whenever there's not even a quality man for them? I see this all the there's tons of women that actually do keep their legs closed or they're virgins. I've met some and they're not even picking men because there's no quality men at all. There really isn't. And like when you look around as a guy and you see other men and you're trying to find other men in higher parts to be able to just have part of your circle, oh, you see these women are right. There really isn't a lot of quality men. So you should definitely see that there's a lot of drama happening right now, but it's just for clicks. If anything, we need to be talking about that men that men need to be voting more. Nobody talks about this. Nobody says that men should vote more. Well, look at this, guys. Let me pull this stat up. Huh. Percentage of men versus women who voted. Share. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Guys, what that says is It says that according to the current population survey, 2020 voter turnout was 68.4% for women and 65% for men. About 9.7 million more women than men voted. 9.7, guys. 9.7. This is ridiculous. That is insane. That is a lot of men that are choosing not to vote. Y'all want to know why everything's messed up? That's a lot of guys that aren't even voting to try to change anything. They're literally fucking on the couch at their mom's house doing nothing. Like, she makes a shirt saying women shouldn't vote. What's more likely to happen, guys? That we can maybe get a 3 or 4% higher in men's voting, get 9 to 10 million more guys to vote? Or do you think that we're going to be able to repeal voting for women? Which one is more likely to happen? Which, honestly, if she wants, like, I think it's hyperbolic as fuck. It's just for clicks. She can try to do that, whatever. But still, we need to be trying to vote too. You could do both, whatever. Both can be right at the same time. I don't fucking support that one because I think that's literally radical as hell. I think there's a lot of nuance there, and there's a lot of context where maybe you could say one vote per family or something like that. Nobody's a family anymore, though, so I don't know what she plans for that. Once again, this is a woman talking about something. She's just complaining. She's not even putting up a solution, which that's okay. Women are allowed to complain and not put up solutions. That's the feminine thing to do. And I don't even care if she does that, because honestly, that's what women do. That's not what men do. I better not see a man fucking be saying that shit. What a man should be saying is, hey, we should all be voting more, and then do something about it to make sure that men vote. Like right now, I'm speaking into the microphone. I'm speaking to the camera. I'm doing a podcast saying men need to vote more. This is making a difference. This is doing more. Y'all gotta understand that everything starts with action. Okay. Marcelius Wallace, how do you make a living if you don't make any money off of this show? I have a jewelry business, sir, and I'm also invested in a few other things. There's a lot of businesses that I ran for most of my life, man. So there's no shortage of me being able to make money. Luckily, I started this podcast with the idea that I wasn't going to make money day one, obviously. So I'm not too worried about it. Only 5 to 10% of women are virgins on their wedding day. Yeah, I mean, but who created the environment that the women are in, bud? That's the problem, is that we created the environment. So we're sitting here blaming, like, y'all gotta understand, I see women as slow. This sounds horrible, but I see women as slow. They're not as smart as us, guys. Like, and we're the ones that are the patriarchy. We are the ones that like control everything. Like, we have power over everything. So why did we let that happen? Because we wanted to make profit. The 1% wanted to profit. Down with the 1%, man. Down with the old people that are keeping us in this system and keeping us in this loop like this. You can call me ageist or whatever, but I'm just against these older cats that are causing a lot of this shit that's going on today, because it is the older community that wants to plunder the younger community that's causing this. If the content is good and having me values, opportunities will come. Marcellus didn't mean to say me, but yeah. And honestly, Pearl, just some advice to you. Women should be teaching women, not pandering to men for clicks. Women, the Bible even says that women should be teaching women how to be better women. I don't know why the hell you're sitting here wasting your time. I know you like see yourself as pretty crack on sometimes. I'm surprised you're not following the Bible on that one. I see you post Bible shit all the time on X or on Twitter, or whatever. So I don't really get it, because you seem like you're pretty track on, just like Rollo is. Y'all are very TradCon, actually. I can't wait to reveal to y'all in a minute, how TradCon, like Rollo and everybody, actually is. But yeah, everybody in the space is doing whatever they can to stay relevant, guys. Just be prepared to start seeing some really weird shit during the election year, because they're gonna be grasping straws. They're gonna do whatever they take to survive. Whatever it takes, guys. Red meat videos, just like this one. But yeah, none of them are gonna fully take y'all out of the matrix, guys. That's what I'm here for. I have no reason to not tell y'all the truth. There's nothing that's going to hurt me or anything. I want y'all to also understand that they cherry pick stats for their agenda or based off of their own personal life. Even I do this, guys. Like, a lot of the reasons why I'm gonna have the views that I have is because of the life that I live. I have a daughter, guys. I have a baby mama. I have a young other new girlfriend that I went to, after my baby mama. Like, I have a certain life that took me on a certain path. and that makes me have certain beliefs and talk about certain things. Just like how Rollo got married, you know, or any of those older guys all did this certain thing, and they're going to pander in certain ways towards what gonna make them look best. They're not gonna say things that make them look bad or make them be embarrassed or have self-esteem issues. Whereas I don't have any of those fucking issues. Marcellus Ross, what part of DFW are you from? You strike me as a Preston Hollow or Highland Park kind of guy. I'm from Red Oak down south, bro. Like that's where I'm from, is from Red Oak. But I live in I'm not gonna say where I live right now, but right now we're just in Dallas, bro. Um, what way in Christianity are you? Non-denominational. I came up non-denominational. I went to the Oaks Fellowship down there in Red Oak, Texas, when I was about 12, 13 years old, and that's definitely what I probably started out as, and I'm probably still kind of non-denominational. Um, Rollo takes also, guys. This is a huge. All right, this is a big reveal here. What's up, Live Love? This is a big reveal here, guys. Rollo always says, you know, that you should, you know, he likes to say what is and not what should, okay? And that's a great, you know, thing to say, you know, to a lot of people's replies. Like I'd agree that that's always a great thing to say sometimes. The problem is he lives by this, okay? He speaks it and he lives it. And whenever you live something like this, you need to see where it comes from. Okay? That specifically comes from Machiavelli. I don't know if anybody here knows about Machiavellianism, but it's one of the three dark triad traits. This is something that is honestly a really big deal and really paints Rollo as just a very nihilistic type person, because he really pushes this out there when it should be something that you take with a grain of salt. You don't live by it necessarily. Um, I think there's a lot of kids that watch him that are going to be taking that statement and kind of living to it and riding with it, when it's kind of giving them a dark triad trait by making their life all around that. It's a good thing to learn about, you know, Machiavellianism and everything. It's another thing whenever you make it a core principle of your life. That's a problem. And it scares me that he repeats this so much, because I know he's not stupid. I know he knows that this comes from Machiavelli. So he uses this on purpose, and he knows all the other traits of Machiavelli, of Machiavellianism. He understands all of it, I'm sure. He's probably read, you know, like The Prince and stuff. And if so, he understands a lot of ways of manipulation that a lot of y'all don't understand. And he might be using those tactics against you. You have to be careful for these type of people, guys. Damn, he was talking good about me last night. I stopped watching his podcast after he, you know, just filibustered me for a whole fucking show, and then didn't let me come on Access Vegas at the last minute when I flew all the way to Vegas. It was a very disrespectful encounter, you know, I went through with them with that, and I'm never going to let that go. I would never do that to somebody myself. So, yeah, I definitely don't feel the same about them anymore. You had a child out of wedlock? Yes, I did. Big rule breaker, I know. When some say that non-ideal for a man of faith, I'm not saying it's a diss you. I'm saying it's because I know you're serious about Christianity. I'm actually not that serious about Christianity, man. That's a big misinterpretation. I use Christianity as the best prescription to give to people, because it is. There's certain things in the Bible, and there's certain parts about Christianity that I agree very factually are true. I would say I'm a little bit more closer to science, though. If you want more of an idea of where I am religious wise, I would look into Joseph Campbell. He's probably the biggest person that I take a lot of my religious like beliefs from. He talks about the hero's journey a lot. I definitely would say he's my biggest inspiration. And then also um, uh, Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan, you know, the way he like talks about space and I really think that science and space and religion all need to come together, and that comes together with people like Carl Sagan and Joseph Campbell. You know, when you bring those concepts together. Yeah, and I had a child out of wedlock, and it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me, bro. A lot of people think that it's like the worst thing to ever have a child out of wedlock. Literally, I'm the happiest person in the world because I have a daughter now and I get to spend as much time as I do with her. So I tell people that it's best to have children today. I'm not huge. If you should watch me on Twitter, bro. Not huge at TradCon at all. This show is actually a huge attack against TradCons. I've actually started a war against TradCons because everybody is living in a post marriage society today. Interchangeable monogamy was the rule, not the exception for most of history. So we're just returning back to interchangeable monogamy, and that's what I preach is interchangeable monogamy. And I don't think marriage is best for men right now at all. If we change some things, I would be okay with marriage, but we're not changing anything right now. Men with dark triad traits are more likely to attract women, reproduce. Women are subconsciously attracted to those traits. Nice guys will forever fish last. Very true, man. What's your take on John Anthony Lifestyle? You never brought him up. I hate that guy. I just know that he like fucks trannies, and that's all I need to know to not like somebody, man. I really don't like him just because of the tranny thing. And I know he did like Rollo wrong and a bunch of other people pretty wrong. Marcellus Wallace, Joseph Campbell. Yeah, dude, I love Joseph Campbell and Carl Sagan. Yeah, that's my boys, dude. I'm serious. That's like where if I could be a perfect mix of them two, and then like add in a sprinkle George Carlin in there, and then maybe recently so add in some Mister Rogers. That's what I'm trying to be, man. We ready, Dada? We ready, Dada? We ready for y'all? What? Everybody like the video? Yeah, everybody like the video, please. Hope. Have you ever voted Democrat? Fuck. I will admit that I fell for for everything the last election. I wasn't a giant Trumper, guys. I didn't want to be somebody that didn't vote because that's always been a big deal in my life. So I went and voted, but yeah, I wasn't a big Trumper, honestly. I'm more for Trump now. I will say that in this election, I will probably vote for Trump. Just because I like a few other people, but if he's probably gonna win, it's just best to kind of ride with who's gonna win best. And he's kind of acting different. It just depends how wild I guess he gets this year. We'll see if he starts doing some wild ass shit. Hopefully he doesn't do something too crazy. Yes, unless you want. Uh, but yeah, I was gonna say use Machiavellianism, to an extent, but don't let it take over your whole life, guys. I have an agenda too. Like I wanted y'all to understand that I do have an agenda, but like I said, it's the truth about a post-marriage society, guys. Because that's my life, and I think that's gonna be the life of a lot of future people. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, guys. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not some saint. Okay, I've told y'all before. I did not live some good life before this. Okay, guys, I sold drugs. Like I was a really bad person. I did a lot of really bad stuff. Like a lot. I've gone to jail. I've caught felonies. I've had a lot of bad shit. Okay, I've that bad guy when it comes to sexual stuff too. Like I was taking a lot of guys' girls. I was sleeping with women that had boyfriends. I was a horrible person for a lot of part of my life. And that's the reason why I do this show is because I have a lot of experience and knowledge behind my actual life. And I'm trying to show y'all that there is like a truth to all of this. I'm trying to show y'all that there are drug dealers that are smashing all these girls out here because they're the alphas of their region or their community. I'm trying to show y'all the truth that interchange monogamy, what's happening, even from my own side of life, is going to keep happening. There's going to keep being guys like me that are going to have babies with women and then go get another hot girl afterwards. It's not going to go away. This is this is not the exception. It is the rule now. We are in a post marriage society. Instead of complaining about it, we have to find solutions to these things. I'm not saying it's best. I'm just saying that that's where we are at now. What would you say the average knock time is for women in the 8 to 10 range from DFW area? Some people say that it's no more than 7, but I believe it's common for women to have closer to 30-ish. It depends on the girl, bro. I personally know some girls that are in the 8 to 10 or less range that are 8s, 9s, and 10s. Like, that are, like, super beautiful girls. And then I know some that have 30, 40. Yeah, it just depends. It's all about the type of trauma that she went through in her own life, man, and, like, the type of guys that she's chose and everything, if she Chad chased and shit, if she didn't care about, body count. The Gospel of Purple Pill pen by Sir. How can we get on your show, man? Just DM me on Instagram. Maybe I can get you on. It just depends. I don't usually let random people on, man. It really usually it's just only special guests. You don't have to have a hidden agenda. You're telling us straight. Yeah, trying to be straight. Same. I voted for Joe. Saw what type of person he was. I was like, yeah. That's so funny. Hey, it's okay. Hey, man, you're on one. Yeah, I'm on one, guys. Yeah, dude. You tell me, bro. I'll tell you why. Because it's fun. Sex is really fun on cocaine. I've had some crazy threesomes and crazy experiences because of cocaine and women. So there's reasons why that shit happens for sure. It's fun. I'm not saying I'm not condoning it, guys. I'm just coming back. I'm coming back from the fucking cave to tell you all the horrible secrets I found. It's bad. Shame, shame, shame. Guys, I didn't listen to the church. Like I was horrible my whole life. Like my dad tried to tell me always what to do right. The church always tried to tell me to do it right. I was not following the rules, guys. I was really stupid. I decided early on that I was going to learn the hard way for a lot of things, and I'm not saying it was the right way to do things. I'm here actually to come and tell y'all it wasn't the right way to do things. But yeah, uh, I want to also say, only real alphas, guys, in my opinion, guys. And so, like, let me define alpha for y'all really quick, okay? Because there's a big issue here today where we don't have pure definitions of alpha and beta. I go straight by the animal kingdom, guys. I read Evo books. I'm going straight by how it is. All right. The alpha is the one that stays fucking, that stays smashing a bunch of different girls. Okay. That's the alpha. So, in my opinion, people like Myron, people like Jay Waller, people like Tate, these guys are alphas. If you have all your buckets filled and you also have access, sexual access to multiple women, I consider that man an alpha. Okay. Just so we're clearly defining this, because in the animal kingdom, that's what it would be defined as too. Like guys being cucked and like taking care of like the alpha's baby. It's all very simple to just categorize it that way. Beta is just the opposite, the one that's not the alpha. That's the easiest way to categorize it, okay? And when you do that, it's really, really easy to get triggered, because what you'll realize is I'm basically saying anybody in a relationship is a beta. Yes, guys, I'm saying that I'm even a beta because I'm in a relationship. Yes, I think marriage is hyper beta because you fully give leverage away to the girl and give her the ability to take advantage of you in certain situations. Whereas she doesn't have any of that if you never give her the ring. So I think that's hyper beta, and it's just beta just being in a relationship. Okay. And here's the thing, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm not scared to be a beta, or be just called a beta because I choose to be in a relationship. I'm not scared of it. It's people like Rollo that are scared of it. It's people that are in the red pill space that really care about, oh, I need to be alpha, or I need to be perceived as this, or I don't want to call myself that. Guys, what I'm about to say, I took directly from Michael Sartain. And let me explain something. He never says, when he says this next part, he never says, by the way, I am beta, but sometimes I'm contextually alpha. Because I took this from him. Michael talks about being contextually alpha, and that's very true. People can be contextually alpha. I can be beta, but I'm going to be contextually alpha sometimes. Maybe when I'm running the podcast, I might be contextually alpha during that podcast. If I'm going to the club and I'm promoting for the club that night, and everybody's looking at me, I might be contextually alpha. There's certain times where you might be a contextual alpha, and so for a period you might be, but you go back to beta the second you go home and you lay down next to your girl in bed, and you're not going and sleeping with another girl, or even trying to exercise options or anything like that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm okay with being contextually alpha sometimes. A lot of guys will not sit here and tell y'all, though, it's beta to do this. And be honest with you, tell you the real red pill truth. It is beta to do this, guys. And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to settle down at a certain point and not be an alpha if you don't want to be that, or work your way up to being an alpha from being a beta. And you need to also remember that women have always, for all of history, settled with a beta. It doesn't matter. It's always gonna happen. It's never gonna not happen. There's always gonna be a guy that's ready to take them because he's desperate. He's desperate for sex in a woman or anything. So when that happens, you're going to always have men that are mad that women are always have extra options, and there's always gonna be women that are happy because they always got the extra option. Uh, will you ever host a meetup in DFW? We're gonna do one in 2 weeks for the 1 year, man. So yeah, definitely come whenever we do that in 2 weeks. We'll be posting about it on Instagram, so definitely add me on Instagram to be able to see that. She doesn't care. She doesn't do her research. Yeah, I really used to like Pro, but boy, she's gone a little crazy. Dude, the Twitter rants have been crazy, bro. So I want y'all to understand, though. Think about this. why do they confuse the definition of the alpha beta thing? Like even Destiny and Rollo had a whole debate on Fresh and Fit about this for fucking like an hour, 30 minutes. Why is this such a confusing topic? Let me explain to y'all guys. They keep this a confusing topic for clicks. If they never purely define something like Rollo, you'll never catch him purely defining it. He's always like, well, I don't know. What do you think it is? I mean, this guy could have been alpha. This could have been alpha. You know, it's just like, let's clearly define this because when we clearly define it, that's how we don't have confusion. That's how we don't have any of these stupid debates anymore because it's clearly defined. This is a huge problem in this space. They love to keep things confusing for y'all because then it keeps everybody going back. Like hypergamy. He brings up hypergamy is not a straitjacket, but there's a lot of topics sometimes that aren't clearly defined. And because of that, it makes it to where there's more clicks, there's more confusion around things. Uh, they're always going to also confuse you when it comes to the manosphere, okay? There's so much confusing around the term manosphere. This is why I told y'all we have to define this. Manosphere is men teaching men, okay? Femosphere should be women teaching women. Sometimes we got women trying to teach men and shit. Whatever. But in the manosphere, there's subcategories. There needs to be PUA. There needs to be red pill. There needs to be passport bro. There needs to be MGTOW. There's subcategories of the manosphere. And once again, this is something that they keep confusing and they keep, as a divide and saying, oh no, we're part of manosphere. Or, no, we're not part of this. It's just to all confuse people and just to make y'all talk about more bullshit. We need to clearly define things. This is the problem with the world today is no clear definitions on shit. Like y'all want to know why everybody is so confused and dumb? There's no clarification on anything. Y'all need to look up on YouTube this guy Jan Irvin. He talks about the trivium and Aristotle, all the Greek philosophers, they all learned the trivium in a certain way. Grammar, rhetoric, logic. And if you learn those things out of order, it literally makes you stupid. And a lot of us have learned that shit out of order. They taught us in an order that would make us perfect slaves and make us perfect going through school to be perfect workers. They didn't teach us the order that was going to make us a free thinker to be able to separate our logic and our rhetoric. It's really dangerous how much they're like getting away over us just by using these word tricks on y'all. That is part of the matrix, guys. There's these word tricks that y'all have to get past and understand that it's not real. It's all for money. Let me repeat one more time just so everybody heard me. Guys, I am beta, okay? Y'all can clip this. I am beta, okay? I'm contextually alpha sometimes. And in my past, I might have been contextually alpha sometimes. But when I've chosen relationships, I just want you to understand I'm admitting myself. I'm a fucking beta. Y'all can clip it. I want you to understand I think a guy who's alpha, he has multiple wives, he's spinning plates, he has mains and then sides, or just an open on your end, closed on her end relationship. Those are alphas to me. If he isn't doing any of those things, he's not an alpha, guys. He's just not. It's not the best bet for women, to choose these men either. But as long as they are, the world is changed, guys. As long as the women are choosing these alphas, we're in a whole different world right now. We're in a post-marriage society once again. Drill this into y'all's head and why I'm preaching all the things that I do now. Because y'all need to understand that we're not in the past anymore. There's a lot of people that are living in the past and they're trying to cuck y'all into believing that you'll never be able to have kids and have a family because it's too late, bro. It's too late. We got the last of the good women. You have to find a unicorn now if you find one. They're lying to y'all, guys. Read Alpha God. They literally did the same thing in the past with religion. They're trying to cuck men. They are trying to literally castrate men, but mentally. Y'all gotta wake up to this, man. It's crazy that nobody else sees this, and I'm the only one talking about this on the internet. How? How does nobody else see this shit? Sorry, I get passionate, guys. I also want y'all to understand this is gonna sound messed up and this is gonna probably hurt some feelings, but dudes are probably nutted in your girl, bro. I mean, some of these girls might be good, but a lot of these girls, man, had a freaky boyfriend in the past or a freaky link in the past, and a dude's nutted them, and they bought a Plan B, and it was nothing. It was kink. I'm sorry. I just need to be honest with y'all because according to Twitter, this never happens. A woman getting nutted in on purpose for kink play, this is blasphemy. There's no way this is true. Yes, bro. People do this a lot. It's gambling. It's definitely a stupid gamble, but it's one of those things where it gives you a height of emotion that you don't get from anything else. So yeah, people do stupid shit, man. And if you ever marry a girl, just know if she's not a virgin, she probably was nutted in before. Sorry, bro. Uh, Correct. What's up, Gray Pill? I can't even imagine anyone but everybody, especially Texas. I was sorry, Live Love. I just really, I was around the wrong people at the time too. It's like church with so many branches. Yeah. Beta. No one's perfect. Yeah, I'm not perfect, guys. I want everybody to understand that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all like everybody else and try to act like I'm perfect. I think that shit's stupid as hell. Um, but like part of having real experience, guys, is knowing that you're not perfect. I want y'all to understand that. I came and started doing the show because I wanted everybody to understand what it's like to be in the real world because there are a lot of people that don't even live in the real world anymore, and it's not a good. I mean, I'm saying it's not exactly like a good thing to be able to do all the bad stuff that I did, but to learn all the things that I learned to be able to come back and teach people is what it's worth. It's I don't know. It's never an L, it's a lesson, guys. And for men, y'all know that trauma either builds you and it destroys you, or it builds you and it makes you. So I've always been okay with going through the fire. I know that the burns aren't going to be that bad because I've gone through way fucking worse. Um, yeah, but I am truly more red pill than everyone else in this red pill space, honestly, because of the red pill truths I talk about, even with evolutionary psychology and the truth of the post marriage society, the truth of y'all's ability to actually get women, the truth that men and women should be friends, the truth that everything that we're doing right now, PUA and all this, it's not even natural, it's not even real. Um, all of my skill sets prove that being natural and being authentic and just being in the real world is the best way to do all this shit. Not listen to all these gurus that are trying to tell you to do pickup and all types of stupid shit. The truth, like the true red pill truth, guys, is to just be natural, to be as natural as possible, to be as close to nature as possible, which is just being natural. And what is natural? I mean, Jordan Peterson talks about this, eating, is that just eating red meats all the time, eating just fruits? Is there certain diets, like what is the most natural thing for us? And there's a lot to debate there. There's a lot of nuance, but for the most part, there's definitely better things for us to do sometimes based off of what is actually natural. Okay. And that's all I'm preaching. Everything that I preach that is true to red pill or what is a red pill truth is just what is naturally the best for us. That's it. The best prescriptions, honestly, are the natural ones. I think that there's a lot of prescriptions out here that are telling you to do a lot of things that are kind of unnatural and just stupid. Like to get a girl, you need to learn pickup. What? To get a girl, you just need to go talk. You just need to go talk to girls a lot. Y'all realize that there's muscles that you have to train, you have to practice, mental ones. You have to learn to read facial. How are you going to learn to read somebody's facial features if you just sit online all the time and watch videos and mentally masturbate to this stupid content? You have to just be in the real world all the time. All the time. If I was single right now, guys, I'm constantly outside. I don't sit at home bored by myself. I go and do shit. I can't even imagine the lives that some people live where they're just alone all the time. I can't even fathom it. My social calibration is so through the roof of most people, and all I did was stay outside. All I did was touch grass. And guys, I was a huge gamer nerd too. Like, I would play games for a couple of days and then stay outside for 5. Like balance, bro. You can do both. It's really not that hard. I will say it's expensive. Every minute you spend outside is another dollar spent. then go make more money. Like, there's no excuse. I don't see how there's an excuse. It's like, do you not want to have children? Do you not want to, like, have a lineage? Do you not want to have a family one day? Because that's what being antisocial will get you. It will get you to a point where nobody's going to want to be around you. And your money isn't going to buy anybody but to be around you for sex. Guys, it's one thing to have game just to get a one night stand. It's another thing to have enough game to lock down a girl for a period of time in your frame. That's a whole other ball game. How are you going to learn that if you don't even socialize? If you don't even understand women? I want y'all to also understand that the natural prescription is also the godly one. People are confused about what God is today. Okay? God is nature. God is the intuition of all of us together to do what is right and good and push to the further to the future to the betterment of a society for all of us. I picture all of us as like a cancer on the planet. But sometimes we can be a good cancer. We could actually, like make something really good come together. Or we could destroy the world. We can be a disease. It's our choice of what we're going to do on this planet that was given to us. That God gave to us. God has a path for everybody, and it's a path in line with nature. I'm telling y'all, everybody is very confused about what God is, what nature is, what, you know, um, a space, all this stuff is. It's all very simple. It's all the same thing, and these words are what's confusing us and separating it all. I want y'all to also understand that is perfection, is trying to reach what nature wants us to reach. God is perfection. That is success. Okay? Being able to perfectly adapt to the world around you. That is success. Okay? You need to understand epigenetics is on top of. When we talk about epigenetics, it is on top of our genetics. It's a change by the environment. And you can always change. This is why I call I call the series the Emergent Value series, because we're always need to stay emergent. We're always changing. We can always make our DNA better. You might have had an alcoholic father, but you can change that. And that's what we're trying to do here, is we're trying to change things and not just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Let me read these real quick. What's up, Phil Brad? The sun is a major part of my diet. Huge, bro. Great, great, great advice right there. And be yourself and honest. Trial and error. I live on one of the most red states. Per the last two elections, it was like 70% Trump and 30% Biden. I hope it's like that this year. Facts. If you keep a girl having her eyes on you, you win the game. You do, dude. And that's the hardest. That's the hardest game to win. But I want y'all to all understand. Everybody starts off as a beta. It's not a big fucking deal. Okay, you can work your way up to alpha. There's no big deal. Who cares? Honestly, and if you're a man, this should be your only goal if you want to have kids, guys, is you should be trying to become an alpha as much as you can, or contextually be an alpha as much as you can, so then you can get a girl. Guys, sometimes you fake it till you make it. All the best pickup artist coaches, everybody that's in the dating space that like teaches dating stuff, they're all going to teach you that you're going to fake it till you make it sometimes. You need to fake your confidence. I mean, it's good to build up your confidence naturally, but a lot of these coaches will just tell you, dude, just be confident. Just fake it. Like whatever. Just act like you're the shit. Just be an asshole. And yeah, like that works really well, guys. You could just contextually be an alpha as much as you can, and you're gonna have women that really are down for you. I trust me, I was that guy a lot. I contextually did it a lot. Um, Also, guys, having kids at all will be like the best part of your life, honestly. I don't think anything's gonna inspire you more. It's what inspired our ancestors before marriage was ever a thing. Think about when we were cave people. I think when that baby came out, I think that your cave father or your caveman grandfather probably looked over at his cave woman and was like, you know what? I have two people to take care of now. I think I need to go build a better hut. I think I need to get better at starting these fires. I think I need to get better at fishing. Um, I don't I don't care who you are as a man. If you're a real man, when you see your child, you're going to become immensely inspired. I'm not sitting here telling everybody to do it the wrong way like I did at all. But I will say that if that accidentally happens, it's not a big deal. It's not going to be the end of your life. It will be if you suck, if you're a fucking loser, then yeah, you're going to stay being a loser father. But if you're not a loser, if you're a good person, you do good to others. I have a great relationship with the mother of my daughter. It's also though probably possibly because we didn't have a super crazy loving relationship. And I think that whenever you're really in love with somebody and y'all break up, yeah, y'all might have some issues after the breakup. There might be some really hard like my parents when they divorced definitely had the worst co-parenting situation you could ever see. But that made me learn how to do the best co-parenting situation possible. So it really it really can go both ways for sure when it comes to that. Let me see what this one's saying. There is a reason why you look out at a nice view. They say it's God's country. 1000%. Purple Pod, welcome back, man. You should collab with Alex Playing with Fire and Austin Summers. I don't know who Austin Summers is, but I am doing collab with Alex from Playing with Fire on Sunday. I will be going on Playing with Fire and I'm debating Andrew. What is his last name? I can't remember his last name. He's the guy who debated Farah, guys. But I will be debating Andrew on Alex from Playing with Fire stream on Sundays. So y'all please go show up for that. I think it's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, please come and watch that, guys. If y'all want to support, please like the video. If y'all are coming in right now too, by the way, guys, appreciate y'all. I need to reiterate, guys, that the post marriage society is here. It's been here. Um, Drug dealers have been living the way that I've been describing to y'all and the way that I lived for literally decades 20, 30 years probably since rap music came. Um, all comes down to you just becoming a problem solver and not letting that shit fucking those type of people piece of shit like me take over the dating game. Y'all got to really get into the ability to problem solve, be better problem solvers than people like me. You need to get yourself into a situation where you have no privilege, so you have to problem solve your way out of it. You need podium achievements, guys. You need to go and win, guys. I won multiple paintball tournaments. I've won multiple Halo tournaments. I rode bulls. I shot my first deer when I was 11. There's a lot of things that I did that give me the confidence that I have. And most people aren't even competitive today. Like they don't compete in anything. I can't imagine, guys. I'm doing whatever I can right now because I want to start a giant red pill or a manosphere dodgeball tournament. I think it would be the coolest thing to bring everybody here to Dallas for maybe a big conference. The problem is I want to invite everybody. I want John Anthony Lifestyles. I want all the red pillars. I think it would be dope if Jay Waller had a team, Tate had a team, Fresh and Fit had a team. Michael Sartain has a team, like every John Anthony Lifestyle. It would be cool if everybody had their own team and we get to duke it out that way. Because guys, for all of history, what separated us from the monkeys was our ability to throw a spear. Okay, that's why the shoulder to hip ratio is such a big deal because it shows that he's a good spear thrower. So somebody who can throw a fucking dodgeball fast as fuck. It shows that you have great ancestors that probably would have been some of the best spear throwers. I think there's no cooler thing for us to do than a giant dodgeball tournament for all the boys. And it would be cheap as hell, honestly. It's not expensive to run something like that. So I'm definitely gonna. If anybody likes that idea, you need to clip this up right now and send it to all the other people in the space. And we need to start doing a whole big team, man. We need to start a whole tournament of this because everybody talks all the time, but there's no competition in this fucking space. I mean, even combat sports would be fun. Like I just started boxing. It would be cool if we started doing kickboxing or a boxing tournament or something like that. It'd be dope. It'd be cool if actually Alex from Playing with Fire even had like a team too for the dodgeball thing. Uh, Also, I want y'all to understand real fathers taught me, and that's why I'm at where I'm at today. You're not going to learn a lot from these guys on the internet that don't have a lot of experience. Like I got to learn from my father who was a was an electrician running crews at 18 years old. He started working for the federal government, right hand man of Warden. Like he was always being a DJ on the weekends, making extra money. He did side hustles on top of that. And then I had an amazing stepdad, and so my dad could build anything, like any house or electrician or anything. And then my stepdad could do anything with the car. He could do anything with the engine. This guy could build anything. His race cars were fucking awesome. He had a modified. I got to go to the dirt track and race cars with him. Sometimes I got to drive it in the backyard. That was good fun times for me. But like being having that competitive spirit from them and just having that ability to learn how to do all those things. A lot of y'all don't got that. I got a cheat code in life by having two fathers. I'm lucky as hell that I had that. And the fact that I was able to soak in as much as I could from both of them. I really think that a lot of people are short, or short-sighted, or they don't have the ability to do a lot of things just because you didn't have it when you were young. This is why I'm not against, like the interchangeable monogamy and multiple families and stuff. Somebody ends up getting cucked somewhere usually. But shit, I ended up being in a better position because I had, my family split up and I had two really good dads and two really good moms. Um and like I also, I got to learn exactly how to be a good co-parent because I saw how to not co-parent whenever I saw my parents do it. I just can't express that. If y'all listen to a lot of these guys from Red Pill Space, they're gonna take you down a path of self pity. Of just constantly not seeing yourself for what you really need to be. You're gonna probably constantly, when you hear this negative rhetoric all the time, that you're so screwed because of how bad the day marketplace is and all this stuff. It's just nihilistic. It's dark. It's not good for you in the end. But that's what's going to get the most clickbait, honestly, is talking like that. All I advocate for with pre-selection and interchangeable monogamy, though, guys. This was the rule for all of history. If y'all really think about pre-selection, it's just being friends with women and just being around women. That's literally been the rule for all of history. We had communities and we'd have like little dance things going on or whatever, and you're just constantly commingling with the other sex. That's just pre-selection. You just, like, today we can utilize it a little bit more by having bigger groups of hotter girls around you. But all I'm advocating for is normality. Literally, I'm just advocating for normality whenever I speak for pre-selection, for guys to just be friends with women. Okay. And then whenever I preach for interchangeable monogamy, this is literally the rule, not the exception. This is what people have always done for all of history. Religion has tried to lock us down for all of history because they knew that if they made the slave class get into marriages and beta men could be arranged this way, they would have a better working class. They would have better farmers. They would make more money. That's the only reason why it is this way. In a post-marriage society, that shit doesn't benefit the men anymore. If you find a unicorn, guys, I want you to go marry your unicorn. I truly do. I want you to marry your unicorn. I want you to try to find a unicorn. I want you to become the greatest man possible so you're equally yoked and that unicorn fucking basically just finds you and y'all find each other, because it's really easy to find each other when you're both exceptional people. So like I really, really hope for all of y'all you get that. I'm just saying it's rare. And if it's so rare and if the marriage laws are so bad, be prepared for interchangeable monogamy. Be prepared, because it's either that or your lineage might die. Your DNA might die with you. You might not go into perpetuity. Like I said, guys, I had a child all the worst fucking ways. Still the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'll never, never take it back. I'll never regret it. That was literally the greatest mistake of my life. Literally. I've made a lot of bad mistakes. I actually love all my mistakes when I really think about it. All my L's, guys. I'm very proud of all of them. I've almost died a few times. And those moments taught me things, taught me to cherish life better than most will ever. What I'm speaking is even weird when we look back 20, 30 years. Like whenever we really look back 20, 30 years, when I'm teaching about pre-selection and interchangeable monogamy, the divorce rate's been fucked up, okay? Like marriage isn't something that's gonna always work. The more we become animals, the more we become hedonistic, which that's what technology is taking us back to, is us to a privileged state to the point that we're basically animals again. The more it goes to that, the more interchangeable monogamy is gonna become the rule again. Marriage was the rule for about the last 6,000 years. It's not gonna be the rule for much longer. It's gonna be the exception. Actually, we'd run the numbers, probably already the exception, actually. I'm preaching to be normal and natural. I want y'all to understand that. I'm really just that's all I'm trying to say is be normal and natural, and I think that that is the closest to God that anybody's gonna come. The powers that be can drive us more apart. They can uh, they can be controlling the algo and rewarding the dividing as much as possible. And the only way that we're going to make a difference, guys, is if y'all just share this. If you can see some real truth in anything that I'm saying right now, you just need to be sharing this to everybody else that you know, because the algo will constantly push people to where they're just always apart. It's never gonna work any other way. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm running downstairs to get a girl who just got here. Hello? Sorry, guys. Had to do that. Religion and churches as it exists today are just beta male factories. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Keep dropping those gems. Let me pull my notes back up, guys. All right. Guys, and a lot of the guys, they're gonna say that I'm beta or that I'm not masculine because of my passion, guys. That I'm not stoic. Sorry, I was just running, so I'm out of breath. But guys, it's not a time to be calm anymore. The reason why I talk this way is shout out to Marquette. It's not a time to be calm anymore. This world is messed up. If you need somebody to talk with some passion behind their fucking voice right now, because nobody's trying to fix anything. Like there's the I got like if I don't do this, who's gonna do it? Okay. They just want to plunder y'all, and they're gonna keep plundering y'all if nobody talks like this and nobody tries to change anything. If you want to promote somebody who really pushes change, I really don't even want money, guys. Like I don't. I've been paying for this place for a whole fucking year. I don't care. I just want y'all to share this. If you really think this is the truth and you really think people need to know the truth about this, just share it. That's all I care about. They can't buy me. I truly say whatever I want, and I'm the only one who does it. Okay? I'm the only one who does it. I truly don't care. And but yeah, all I ask is just share this, guys. If y'all liked anything, like the video. Um, shout out to Rollo.
Douche nozzles.
Shout out to Pearl. I just hope that everybody starts realizing that these people were all just TradCons in disguise. They're all trying to teach y'all certain things and say certain things that, bro, it's straight out Alpha God. It's straight out Dr. Hector Garcia's book. Straight out Machiavellianism. It's just, and Pearl, she can totally do what she's doing. I'm okay with her complaining because that's normal for a woman to do that. But if you're a guy that's complaining and not putting up a solution, shout out to Marquette. Quote him. I never say a wrong without saying a right. That's some feminine ass shit. If you're a guy that only says wrongs all the time. But yeah, thank y'all all for coming, guys. Like I said, like the video. I will see y'all here in a little bit. I got the girls here for the show, and yeah, we're gonna have a good stream. I'll see y'all here in a little bit though.